Hey guys, my name's Jasmine Marinsky. I'm a professional makeup artist and hairstylist. Today I'm here with Vanity Sanity to review MAC's Matchmaster SPF 15 foundation. You can purchase this at the MAC store for $44. So what's really cool about this foundation is that it's supposed to adjust to your skin tone. This is, I think, a number 6. And I know that in the wintertime, my skin tone completely changes. I go from probably a 4-shade difference being in the winter, I get a lot lighter, I get a lot more pale for me, which is probably not pale for some of you, but my skin goes kind of more yellowy and greenier in the winter, and then in the summer I get more like orangey tones. So this is supposed to actually match and adjust your skin tone depending on where it's at in terms of the seasons. It's a medium coverage foundation, so it doesn't have your full coverage effects like most of the other MAC foundations, but I actually like it because it's not full coverage, so it feels a lot more natural on the skin, and it dries to more of like a matte finish. I'd say matte dewy. I know those are like two opposing things, but you do sort of get more of like a matte finish, but it's not like overly matte where you feel like you look like a creature from The Walking Dead. And what I really love about this foundation is that there's an SPF in it. It doesn't matter what skin tone you are, you should always be protecting yourself from the sun's rays, and they're just as dangerous in the wintertime as they are in the summer. And so if you always have an SPF built into your foundation, you can kind of just put that aside and worry about something else. And so overall, I give this foundation an 8 out of 10. I think it's really great. I like the packaging, I like the pump. What I don't love about it is that once it's empty, you can't really scrape out the last contents because it is a pump. And so if you're like me and you try to get every drop of every product that's left, it is kind of tricky to get the rest of the contents out of this bottle. But overall, I think it's actually a really cool, nice, sleek looking bottle. And the pump kind of pumps out just enough for maybe half of the face. So 2 pumps should cover the whole face. Your hands are always going to be different than your face, but I'll just demonstrate how this sort of works over time. So I did enough there for the full face, which is kind of silly because now I'm stuck with all this foundation on my hands. But basically, you just want to rub it in. You can use a beauty blender, you can use a foundation brush, you can use a sponge, or you can just use your fingers, whatever you prefer in terms of your application method. I also recommend you prep the skin first with either a primer, some mist and fix spray, or just your daily moisturizer. And another trick, if you're someone who likes a very low coverage foundation, is to just mix your foundation half and half with moisturizer. And you'll get more of like a BB cream tinted moisturizer effect. And so, I don't know if you can see there, it's a pretty good match. This hand just looks a lot younger and happier and healthier. But in terms of the color, it's pretty spot on. Alright guys, so I'm going to show you a little demonstration on how the Matchmaster actually does match to any skin tone within a certain range. Obviously, we're very similar in complexion. I'm just a little bit more sort of yellow and she's a little bit more on the red undertone side. And so I'm going to put it on her hand. This is my friend Carolyn. And she's going to rub it in, and then we're going to do a close-up comparison on how well the foundation actually does match. So as you can see, it's pretty full coverage on Carolyn's hand. It is a little bit brighter for her skin tone, but if this does truly match like it says it does, it should darken after it's been applied. So the hand in the center is makeup free. The hand on the left side has had the application of foundation applied, and then Carolyn's hand is on the right side, and she just finished applying hers. And so we'll give it a minute to oxidize, because typically makeup does sort of change color once the oxygen has hit it and it's been activated with the heat of the body. I mean, now that she's blended in the edges, it is sort of matching her hand a little bit better. It is on the brighter side, but In terms of coverage, I feel like it gave a really nice even coverage. If you want to see a comparison of her hand and my hand, you do still see her natural skin tone coming through a little bit more on her hand than it is on mine. So, I mean, Carolyn, would you use this on your face?
Yeah, definitely. It's got some great coverage, and I don't think it's that far off from my natural color.
Yeah, cool. Would this foundation be able to match all skin tones? No, but I definitely think if you're in the same range, you would definitely be able to match perfectly. So that basically wraps up my review for MAC's Matchmaster SPF 15 foundation. I'm actually going to give this a 9. I know earlier I said I'd give it an 8, but I really like this foundation, so I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. And I think for $44, this is a pretty awesome amount of foundation. I think this would last a long time, so I definitely would purchase this again. If you guys like this review and you want to see more, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again.